Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Taurus. If Taurus is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Let's see what the tea leaves have in store for Taurus. And I'm going to apologize. I am sick once again. It's just nonstop over here. I'm sure I was sick the last time I recorded Taurus. I was okay for a few days and then, oh goodness, I'm not feeling well again. All right. Well, this is interesting. So I want to look at this further away a little bit, but as I do that, I want to tell you kind of about, I had a dream last night that I was focusing on Taurus and my reading coming up, and I had a dream that that there was, going to be kind of a message coming through from like a departed person. And this made sense to me because I had somebody in my life who was very important, and they passed away at a young age, and they were a Taurus. And that was like really devastating for me. So I thought, okay, maybe this is kind of, a projection of my own stuff onto the reading, which of course, when you do readings, that's part of, that's part of your intuition, your experience. We're kind of, composite beings of different life experiences and tropes and themes and symbols and whatever. And so I thought, that's my ice machine. So I thought, okay, maybe it's for the reading, maybe it was something for me, okay? But I want to say, I think that this has to be for you. And now, if you're watching as a Taurus, or if you're cross-watching for a Taurus, or if you, and this would be very specific to probably a very specific person, but if you had a Taurus who you're watching for that passed away, there's definitely a message coming through. And the first thing, and this is 100%, look at this and think this is definitely, this has to be a message. So first I saw this heart and I thought, okay, so this is going to be about love, but I see I, L, and then a U, also the heart. Okay, so I love you. And this is in that emotional, psychic space, and it's reaching into this more spiritual space on the rim here. And this is where I look for connections in all of my readings. If the formations reach into their connections to guardian angels, metaphysical messages from departed loved ones or acquaintances, or elders and ancestors and this kind of thing. But I really think that this person, if they were a Taurus, that is reaching out to you, or if you are the Taurus and they are reaching out to you. It's unclear exactly if that is the case or not, but I really think that it has to be, it's so profound to me. And I feel such a deep sense of love. And I see here, even in this heart or this you, there is this beautiful, bowl right here. Okay. And again, just another verification to me that this person really is reaching out to you. And so we have also a person right here kind of putting together, lifting their arms up, and they're kind of putting something together. And I really do think that, I think this is so interesting. And I really think that this person is, and this is maybe going to help verify that this is this person reaching out to you, and you will know who this person is, that they know that you built some kind of memorial or shrine for them, something to commemorate their presence in your life, to celebrate their life, to celebrate your life together. And it seems, and this is so interesting because this came through, and in the dream I was dreaming about this, that there was going to be something that was green, that you had kept something green that maybe was theirs, or something they had given to you. And it's hard to see. Maybe right here you can kind of see. Oddly, in these tea leaves, there is this one green leaf, and it is right in the chest area of this human figure that is building this shrine. And so I feel that you really, really carry this person with you. I mean, they are just so in the forefront of your mind lately. And I think that, their communications with you, and maybe the pattern signs, maybe you've been hearing like little sounds around the house, or stuff has been showing up that you haven't seen in a long time, or you misplaced it. Maybe they're coming to you in your dreams, in your vision work. Whatever it is, it's all intentional on their part. And they are very interested in connecting with you and letting you know that they know how much you have honored them and your connection to them, and that they love you so deeply. It seems so beautiful to me. And it's interesting because it looks like here kind of an alligator or a crocodile. And I think that this must be something that is, to me, what I think of two things: the myth of the weighing of the heart, and this crocodile god, and I forget the name. I don't think it's Sobek, but it's whatever the crocodile is that takes part in this ritual when you die and your heart is weighed against the feather. And if your heart's heavier, then you're kind of like devoured by this alligator or crocodile. But I don't think that this is necessarily it, because it does look like this person is in the mouth of the crocodile. But the other thing that comes to mind to me is the strength card, or the lust card in the Thoth deck, okay? And I think that it's very much, and this makes sense to the the card that we also have. I think that these two mythologies and symbolisms together, it makes me think that they are showing you that you are the architect of your own life, of your own world, that you are the one that has the strength and power over whatever it is that maybe plagues you, or you feel shame or guilt. Maybe it is a habit that you have. Maybe it is a behavior that you don't like about yourself. I think that this person who is, and I feel like this is a friend. I don't think it's necessarily like a romantic partner or a family member, although it could be. But it would be somebody that's maybe more around, that was, you know, around your age, but they died fairly young. And I think they're just really, they want you to know that, you know, you're in control of creating your world. And you are, like I said, the architect of your world. You get to choose the path that you go down. You are the decision maker. And ultimately, you get to decide how heavy your heart's going to be when you're done with all of this. You get to decide. And so, you know, there might be a sense of almost thinking, maybe you feel some kind of guilt or shame for past things, past transgressions, sins, actions that you feel are unforgivable on your part. And you're already kind of doomed or cursed to an outcome of judgment. And I think, you know, really this is about you coming to a place where you understand that you absolve yourself of these things, and not just by repenting or confessing or saying you're sorry or whatever. No, this is about deciding today, deciding tomorrow, deciding whenever, hopefully soon, that you will change your behaviors, that you will change your life, you will refocus your life, you will live for this love. And maybe not just this love you shared with this person, but for love in general, okay? And I believe that you've already started to make these changes. You have these understandings, and I think that they are just being really reiterated for you, okay? And so I think that the big work coming up is about letting go of some of that stuff. Again, absolving yourself, and doing that through consistent change and living an authentic life. Discovering what your true will is beneath all of the conditioning, all of the, the outside input. Really being honest with yourself, doing that excavating that, you have to do, integrating parts of yourself, just this whole, it's a big process, but through that process, you do begin to understand what is your true desire, what is your true will, what is your true purpose, what does life mean to you, honestly, just between you and yourself, where nobody else is judging, okay? And when you come to that understanding and make an agreement with yourself that you are going to live in faith of your true will and honor that path, only then do you really, really take up and activate that role of being the architect of your life. And that totally coincides with the card we chose today, and that is the Magus, or the Magician, and this is in the Thoth deck. Excuse me. And this is completely the allegory of the world creator, the architect, the weaver of personal realities. This is Hermes, who is or Mercury, who is a god that really did not abide any clique of gods or situations, or have any fixed states of of ethics or defined morals or whatever, but was able to move through each and every story, allegory, scenario, and this is related to Mercury as well, Quicksilver. Okay, so just a a fluid metal, a fluid form that could change into what it needed to in any situation, right? And be aligned with all sides, which is really important once we kind of alleviate ourselves with the need to anchor ourselves to different defining traits or alignments, social alignments, personality alignments, defining ourselves, categorizing ourselves. And when we can have a lot of a looser alignment, then, only then can we begin to gain many perspectives. Okay, and you can see this is the face, there's the merriment, there is the, divine knowledge, and all of the elements incorporated here, all of the tools of creation, and we also have Thoth here in the baboon form. Okay, and so I really think that, and this is a big thing. This isn't just like an overnight quick fix type of deal, but when these apparent blockages come up, and these are blockages we all have, okay, holding on to that shame, holding on to the things that we think we need to be or do because that's what we are taught. That's what we think other people expect of us. That is what we expect of ourselves because we, witness it in the behaviors of others, our grandparents, our parents, our teachers, our peers, whatever. When we do that self-work to let go of those things and try to go about finding our true will or our purpose, our true purpose, our authentic self, whatever you want to call it, only then can we really begin on the journey to the deeper levels of spiritual union and higher realization and so on. Okay, and I think that you are there. You're getting. I think all of these things are definitely topics and ideas and thoughts that are not foreign to you. And I think that it's just, this is your person reaching out to you and saying, hey, you're doing the right things. You're thinking about the right things here. I want to look at these as well. These look like people dancing, and I want to say, I get the feeling that you live your life with a lot of joy, okay? And I think that the phrase, the road to joy, really comes to mind. And I feel like this is, and I'm not going to say this is your true purpose, but I think that this is very much part of that purpose. I can't tell you what your purpose is, obviously. That's individual to each of us. But I think that you are a joyful person. I think you love to create an atmosphere for other people. You like to set the vibe. You like people to enjoy themselves. You like to make people think and feel and use their different senses to have wonderful, you know, interactions with sensation. And so I almost like think of, you know, maybe you're in a career path of like, you know, making installations, or like you're like a promoter for shows, or you know, I don't know, maybe you like make movies, or you know, I can't, maybe you're a teacher even, you know, or a writer, storyteller. Just, I mean, there's so many different things, but you create environments for people to immerse themselves in, and you find a lot of happiness in doing that. Even, I mean, hey, even if you are like myself, somebody who the majority of their role in life right now is, you know, keeping a house, running a family, you know, or a business. That's the other side of my life right now. But, you know, all of those, I will tell you, I think I definitely am one of the major influencers of the atmosphere of my home, you know, not only just because of how I keep it organized and clean and things moving along, our schedule every day, but, you know, music, the smells, the cooking, the incense or oils that I like, you know, how much light is coming in, you know, are we getting along? How are we talking to each other? These kinds of things, you know, there is usually at least one person in the group or family that kind of is mostly in charge of doing these things. So hopefully, you know, it's in a positive manner. Sometimes it can be, you know, yelling, screaming, slamming doors. There are people like this, you know, that just like to create a really negative, dark space. And hopefully, I hope and pray that's not your situation. But, you know, just telling from these formations, I don't think so. I think that you're a very joyous person. Okay. Oh, let's see. I also think we have this cat that's I just keep looking at this cat here. It looks like it's laying down and it has its legs kicked up. And I think that, oh my gosh, I'm thinking this is like a real cat in your life. I think that this is maybe just, and I'm trying to think here. I get the impression that it's, you know, an animal that you're very close with. Somebody that you love very much. And I know I do this with when I'm talking to my daughter a lot. I'm like calling our cats people, and we don't touch people like that, or that is not how someone likes to be talked to, you know, and then talking about the cats and how she's interacting with them. So forgive me, but yes, I think that this is a being that you love very much. It's very important. They might be alive, they might not be alive anymore, but I think that this relationship that you had with this particular cat, I almost feel like it's really, it has been important to the story of your love and how you honor other people. I think that, I mean, this is my personal philosophy, and I lived with 3 cats by myself for years. So I really studied my own relationship with them, their relationship with each other. And I love cats because they really do teach you so much about respect, consent, you know, honoring, devotion, being of service to one another. and all the like core things that we need to learn. And if you haven't learned them, or if somebody has not learned them, or is unwilling to learn them and deepen their understanding and use of these core behaviors and interactions, cats are not going to accept them. They're not going to be down with them at all. And so I've always kind of really, depending on how my cats relate with somebody, I will totally judge how much I trust them, like, period. So anyways, that's a little bit of a tangent, but I think this cat definitely had an impact on you similar to this. I think that the relationship that you had really taught you how to be a good partner, a good friend, a good caretaker, right? And you know, that's a lovely thing. I'm an animal person. I love all animals, but I also mostly have just had cats, excuse me, as an adult. So I guess you could call me a cat person, but I like them all. I like all the animals. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here? My voice is starting to give out, so I'm gonna have to hurry up, I think. And here, you know what? I'm seeing more animals. This one actually looks like a dog. So, and then we have, it looks like a person, maybe wearing a robe or a dress, and they have a little goose behind them. And I'm just getting this, I'm thinking of like The Sound of Music or something, like being in like a grassy field or on a farm somewhere and animals running around you. And I think that, what does this mean really? I feel like maybe did you grow up in a rural area, or you have kind of like a daydream of you know, escaping the city or the suburbs and exploring this kind of lifestyle. And I think that's a common urge that we all have, but I think that it's something definitely to think about. If not, you know, committing to moving away, which is big. I did it. I lived in the city most of my life, and then some years ago I, you know, went more rural, and it's a big transition. But I think that if this is something you're thinking about, or maybe you're already doing it, but if you are not, I would say, like, go rent somewhere, and you know, like a cabin, or I'm sure they have like Airbnbs out in farmland somewhere. Go and take a little like weekend vacation and get away and kind of live out your little dream, or go take a day drive and visit a farm. I know just in the general, you know, areas that I live in, there's all kinds of stuff like that where you can go, you know, do all kinds of different farm related stuff. And I think, you know, it's just a good change of pace, and I think it will give you more, you know, I think it's important to go out and do stuff that's really tactile sometimes. And like, you know, it can be really cathartic to move your body while learning how to do stuff, experiencing different smells and visuals, and, you know, just different kinds of activities than you're used to. And you know, what is that? Enriching. Oh, I think my medicine's starting to kick in too. I'm my night medicine. Yeah, anyways, something enriching, you know, enrichment. Go do some enrichment, and you know, I don't know. Let me know if you do. I really want to hear about it. And also, let's look at this one. This is really pretty. I just saw this. It looks like a person maybe wearing a dress, and they're reaching up, and there's a bird sitting up there. And it looks like, to me, right off the bat, it looks like a cardinal. So, you know, and the cardinal, if you don't know, is usually a sign of a departed loved one coming and visiting you. So if you see a cardinal in your yard or in a tree or wherever, that means that somebody is coming to say hello and tell you that, you know, they're thinking of you and they miss you and all those things. So yeah, gosh, this is, I don't do a lot of readings where there's like a ton of stuff from people who are departed, but I really think that this is really the vibe. In my dream last night, I was so intense about it. And I thought it was just for me, but I also, because I knew I was doing Taurus, and I was thinking, wow, I wonder if when I do the reading, is it going to come through? And it really did come through. That I love you is kind of a little bit crazy there. Okay. Okay, so, and excuse me, I'm getting more and more congested. I see this little hill. I see this bird. I just feel like there's this sense of joy and serenity in a lot of this reading for me. And I think that, I'm looking at, okay, yes. So I think that there's a lot of joy and serenity. I think that this spring is going to be your time. I think you're really, I just keep getting this phrase of you are the weaver of your own personal life, your own personal reality, your own personal world. Okay, and I think that that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be dancing through it, enjoying everything that's going on, smelling the flowers as they're coming up, you know, really thankful for the good weather, the good mood. I think that everything is going to be elevated for you in these next weeks coming up. And I just wanted to look at this one because I was looking and seeing this kind of enthroned person here. And then I'm seeing a person wearing, it almost looks like a person wearing a dog hat or some kind of, like a wolf maybe. And so I wonder if somebody that is in your life that that's kind of a leader, in a leader role. And I think this maybe is in a friends group or like more in the maybe family or friends group, okay? Not work or anything. And I think that they're like calling on you to kind of step up because there's something that needs to be sorted. But also I'm seeing there's like kind of this little, let me look at this from this direction. I want you to see it. How I'm seeing it right there. And so it looks like a little turtle standing on a rock. So I think that you're being called on to be almost like a warrior or an advocate or maybe even a mediator in your family or friends group, but you have to take it very slowly. And I think that it's going to take a lot of consideration for you how you're going to approach this, because I think that you are totally fine with being confrontational. It's not something you're like put off by, but I think that you prefer not to be confrontational. So I think that this is something you're going to be thinking on and taking your time with it. You're going to go into the situation after you've been asked to convene in some way. You're going to go in as somebody who is not going to make a lot of, make the problems worse. I think that you're really going to be able to kind of mediate the whatever it is. I think it's maybe an argument or some kind of, I don't know, miscommunication or just a disagreement about something that is somewhat petty, okay? Maybe somebody said they were going to do something and they didn't, or they were supposed to do some work for another person in the family and they didn't, or whatever it is. Something that can be figured out, okay? And I think that you're going to be the person that is kind of put in the position to help sort that out, okay? And I think it'll be easy. You're gonna have to think about how you're gonna approach all of the parties that are involved, but you'll get there. Okay, Taurus, this was a lot. This is a lot of things going on in this one. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. I'm always so honored to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to go and like the video, it helps me get in the algorithm, and I appreciate that support from you. If you are not subscribed, please think about doing that, and you hit the little bell thing and it will give you notifications when the next videos come out. Taurus should be out in the next 12 days or 12 days from now. In the meantime, you can watch your other placements. If you're, if this is your solar sign, you can watch also your lunar, ascendant / rising, or I know a lot of people watch their Venus. The other thing, please leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what's going on with you. I always love hearing from each and every one of you. You really make my day. And all right, I'm going to go take care of myself. I'm not feeling good. I probably sound terrible, so I'm sorry about that. I guess it's just, having young kids, them and their friends, they just have so many germs. So it's just been nonstop the last couple months. All right. Thank you. I will talk to you again soon.